I got a feeling that you got me covered too. I got you covered. I got you covered.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Blessed to Crochet. How is everybody doing today? Thank you, Miss Dragon, for becoming a member. We appreciate that. Hi, Sandy Wandy. How are you doing? Welcome on in, everybody. I appreciate everybody showing on up. Before we really get into this topic, I thought it was kind of really important tonight. I want to have a small discussion. If anybody's coming in to think that hi Nancy, to think that, this girl's going to be disrespectful to anybody or anything, that's not happening. So if you're here for that, then thank you, Helena. If you're here for that, then this isn't the place or the channel for you. I just wanted to say, and I was trying to keep this respectful and private to some degree. Hi, Bud Files. Yesterday, we posted a community post. You all, first of all, we decided yesterday that we needed to pull away as a channel from really modding for anybody. That doesn't mean that the places that we have modded for, that we don't have respect and love and appreciation, and we don't have friends and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't mean any of that. We were not asked at any point to stop modding for anybody. We've just asked them, those channels, to just please remove us right now. And so if you have any questions of our status with any of it, then you can go to our community post and you can see that. And you'll see that, that there may be channels that may still have us on, but they're going to just remove us as moderators, mainly so we can focus on our growth here. We need to focus on our growth here and get back into connecting with everybody and having those connections that are so important. And if myself or my mom is taking time and moderating other channels that we, enjoy the connection that's happening in there, it takes time away from here. And that's what we decided. We just need to focus on here and focus on what needs to take place. And so if anybody is just, wondering what our status is on all that, please go visit that community post. We tagged it in there. Go look at it, read it. We turned off the comments. It's not up for any kind of discussion or anything like that. It's just what it is. My life is a little overwhelming right now. And that's because I'm losing my aunt to cancer. She is under hospice care. We don't know when that phone call is going to come in. We're trying to focus here. I have some crochet projects that really need to get done. And on top of the fact, I deal with a chronic illness. Fun, isn't it? I truly deal with a chronic illness on a daily basis. I've just kind of got over dealing with a sinus infection, which I'm still dealing with. And when my body is under stress, it really hurts. My body is far from happy with me right now. It's actually it's hurting a lot. So when I got up this morning and I got out of bed, I just was to the point of almost just falling down. I was in so much pain. So that just tells me that I need to pull in the reins a little bit and focus on you guys and focus on this community here and not extend myself farther than what I feel that I can do. You all don't see me on a daily basis outside of here. But I've literally been on and off underneath blankets all day, just kind of shivering and being cold and in pain. And just there's a lot of stuff and a lot of stuff going on in my own personal life. So forth. There just is. I mean, I'm losing my aunt. And there's just a lot. And so I just need to kind of pull back the reins. We need to focus on here. We're almost at 1,500. Like we're 10 away from 1,500. And this is, just so people know, this is my mom's channel. I come on here because I have built this community full of connection. And I want to provide you guys the ability to have that connection. Any of the revenue that comes in from this channel, I don't see it. I don't touch it. I don't have anything to do with it. It goes all to my mother, and this channel is in her name for her to use however she wants to use it. She's using it for, update the computer, little things like that, bills and stuff like that for herself. I don't see it. I don't touch it. I don't have anything to do with it. It just goes right into her funds. And I just say, here, do whatever you need to do with it, mama. So, I just need the connection. And I know to everybody, it looks like, oh, Mary's just normal and she's not in pain. I am. I'm hurting sitting here tonight. And my fibromyalgia has flared up and I'm hurting. I'm sure you can all kind of see it in my face. I'm tired. And so I usually get the devotions out. They're not out the past 3 days. So I may do and get off here when we get done and record Monday and then go ahead and record Tuesday and Wednesday and put that up for Thursday. And then I can record Thursday and Friday and put that up for Friday. So I wanted to do this channel because I so needed the connection. And I thought if we happen to get monetized, then those things, that revenue goes to mama and that helps her because she's living, she's older and it helps her. And that makes my heart happy. I can help her a little bit, just by being here. But then also I get fulfilled with all the wonderful connection you guys give me. That helps my day. You guys don't realize how much you help my day. And this isn't, I'm not just talking for talking's sake. This is the truth. There's people in here that know me, that know exactly the girl that's on the back on this camera is the same girl that's here. So if anybody wants to know where we are on modding, we have just taken ourselves out for a while because we need to focus on this girl and we need to focus on our channel and we just need to kind of pull away from all that. So, that's just the status of it. Now, I want people also to know, whenever you come into the chat, I don't care what channel you're coming from, nobody's going to be removed. If you come in here and you start, using language like cuss words and stuff, you're going to be timed out. We're just not going to have that because to some people it is offensive. It's hard for them to hear. If you're coming in and being disrespectful to anybody in the chat or to anybody, you'll be timed out again. And if you still are doing it, you're going to be removed because we have to make this place a peaceful and safe community of people. That's the goal. If we're going to crochet connection, that's what we have to be able to do. I have my moderators in here. When they come in, they're all my friends. I've all gotten to personally know them and I appreciate them. And at the end of the day, they're friends. And I'm grateful for each and every one of them. If they mod a channel that you're not that you don't specifically like, that's fine. You may want to not be here. That's okay. I understand. But they're my friends and they haven't done anything but support and love this girl. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful to have those friends. So I'm asking you to please be respectful of that. And let's move on. Okay? Those are the house rules. They're really easy. They're really simple to follow. They're just, that's it. And so the moderators I have are dear friends of mine, and I care and I love them. And if they're modding for another channel you're not crazy about or you don't like or what have you, then you don't have to be here. But they've been here supporting me and supporting this channel, and I'm grateful to them. So that's all I'm going to say, and we're going to move on. Oh, one other thing, and then I promise I'll move on. There's always one other thing, right? Just one other thing. We're trying to go through all of, mind you, there's 950, guys. My mom's helping me with this because I can't do it all myself, of descriptions on the videos just to clean them up and so forth. We will not be putting anybody's channel in the descriptions anymore at all, because it's just too much. If we collaborate with somebody, or if we want to, share a channel or what have you, we will put them in. But we're just kind of going through and just making them really simple and really easy and just concise and everything. Just one other thing that I want to say. There are some of our videos, of course, that may have, for some, things in it or channels that have been mentioned that people don't care for anymore. I'm not going to go through, and there's good stuff within all of that. I'm not going to go through and start removing videos and all that kind of stuff, because that will only hurt our algorithm, and I don't want to do that either. So we're starting fresh. Fresh start. Hi, Ellie. We're fresh start, putting things in the past, appreciating what we have, appreciating the friendships that have been built, and we're moving forward. So I hope everybody will be just respectful of all that. And so we're going to move on. That's it. Simple and easy, right? And we're going to move on. And I really thought that this was a great topic for tonight. And that is the 5 C's to mental health. And I thought, boy, do we need to go through this today, right? And I really think it's important. Okay, and so I got them on a thing because I probably at this point would forget them. I'm really tired, guys. So the first one, and here's the basis of what we're here for, right? The first one is connection, positive relationships with others and institutions. Okay, that's the first one. Those are the 5 C's of connection, or of mental health. Okay, that's the first one. And is that important? Absolutely. And I will tag the article that I found this in, because I'm not just, usually when I do stuff like this, I try to find an article that has this information in it so you guys can go and reference that. So the first one is connection. We need positive interactions with people, with others, with institutions, and meaning maybe that's your church, maybe that's a group that you're in, maybe it's a sewing club, crocheting club, community group, whatever it may be. Positive relationships. That's what this channel is always and always will be about. Positive relationships, right? There are friendships that have been built on YouTube. And I know people can say, you can't build. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I'm really hurting. I just thought this live was so important that you can't build relationships on YouTube, but you can. I know for myself, over the past couple of days, I've been really hurting, but I can tell you that there's been a lot of people that I have formed relationships with through this that have just been there for me in so many positive ways. And it's really helped. just having those people to go to, those people that that we've formed those relationships with. So connection refers to building relationship with others, including family and friends and colleagues. Human beings are inherently social creatures. Strong, positive connections are fundamental for this brain matter up here, okay? They provide emotional support, reduce feelings of loneliness, enhance a sense of belonging. We all want to be a part of a club, don't we? How many people, put ones in the chat, how many people, or put two if this, you didn't have this issue in school, how many people weren't in the cool kids club? How many people? Put one in the chat if you weren't in the cool kids club. Put two if you were. I can guarantee you I wasn't part of the cool kids club. I wasn't in the, that clique, the popular club, whatever you want to call it. I was off to the side, right? I was the girl that was awkward. So I was put in there. And those people that didn't have a problem with that, and I wanted to be in that cool club. I wanted to be in there. And if you were in there, great. But the people that weren't, they wanted a sense of belonging. And if they were loners, it was hard to find. Engaging with others help to reduce stress. When I start getting stressed for a body of fibromyalgia, my body starts going, let's just start raising that pain level. 1, 2, let's just start stacking it up. And so when my body gets way too stressed, it's horrible. And it's not just horrible for one day. It's horrible can sometimes be for weeks. So I know my body is where it is right now, and it probably will be the same way for the next, little bit, and probably for the next couple of weeks. It's going to be just sore and in pain, and I'm going to be tired and all that because I am dealing with a chronic illness. So it helps to improve. Engaging with others help to improve mood, foster a sense of purpose. When I come on here and I turn on the lighthouse, guys, I feel like I have a sense of purpose, right? I feel like I'm turning on the lighthouse and I'm bringing you all along, and I'm coming in here and I'm going, okay, I'm doing something today, because there's a lot of days where my body won't let me do it. And I have to say, I can't do this or that or what have you, because my body's just it's not going to function the way I want it to function. And I haven't been able to come live, and I haven't even been able to do devotions the past couple of days. My body has said no. So when I come on, I turn the lighthouse, you all come in here, you interact with each other, you make all those wonderful connections that are so important. It makes my brain happy. It makes my heart happy, because I feel like I have a sense of purpose, and it feels really good. Positive social interactions stimulate the brain. They promote, mental well-being and resolutions to foster existing relations, spending quality time with each other and loved ones, communicating openly, offering support, seeking out new connections. Those are really, really important by joining clubs or activities that interest you. That's part of when you go on YouTube and you start finding really solid communities that are doing lives that can come in and start to, do all that and foster that and build those supportive, things. That's wonderful. And when you can get in there and you can chit chat back and forth with each other and start building those relationships, you're part of something. Because I know for me, the past couple of days, going out any place has not been something that I wouldn't have been able to do. I've been in my really, really comfy clothes the past couple of days. I don't know if anybody has fibromyalgia. I know I do. But sometimes even the clothes on your skin hurt. So sometimes you have to, hi, Miss Sunrise Dawn, sometimes you have to literally wear very, very loose clothing because the touch of clothing hurts. It has to be really soft and has to be really loose. And, you know, you can't, it's like getting makeup on and doing, it's just too much. So being able to interact on YouTube in safe places with live chat is really, really helpful. It does something. Even sometimes when you don't even feel like doing it, it's really, really important. Building a network of supportive relationships and providing strong foundations for mental health. Remember, it is the quality of relationships, not the quantity, that means the most. It's not that we have, 3,000 friends on Facebook, right? Doesn't really matter how many friends on Facebook. How many of those people on Facebook do you know? Are you able to reach out to them by messenger? Are you able to call people and say, hey, I'm going through a really hard time. I need something. I need to work this through. I need to go through. I need to do whatever it is. You know what I mean? And how are you going to do that? And you're going to do that by connection. Should this be your only means of connection? Absolutely not. I think that it needs to be if we're doing like a pie, it needs to be a portion of the pie. And for some people, that may be bigger or smaller, depending on your life circumstances. But if you are dealing with a chronic illness, if you're raising a special needs child, if you're homebound, where you can't, this may be your only social interaction throughout the day. And it's really, really important. However you get it, it's really important that you're not isolating yourself in a corner, that you are spending and making sure that you're spending time having that interaction happen. And before I forget, before we go on to the next one, I just remembered I needed to do this. I'm probably not going to be on this, or what is today? Today's the 5th. I probably am going to take a couple days because we're really working on trying to get the descriptions all changed and everything. I have a blanket that needs to get done, and it is the I think it is the 4th of the month, or it's the second week of the month. And so I want to make sure that we gift out our memberships that YouTube allows us to do, because we do it on the 2nd and 4th of the month. So we're going to gift 5 out before we go to the next one. Mark Harmon, Angie Moe, Kim, Laura, and Lisa got the membership. So those were gifted out before we go on to the next one. So we always do it on the 2nd and 4th of the month. Okay. So those are the 5 memberships that were gifted out. All right. The next one we're going to go to, the next slide, the next 5 C's of connection, is compassion. I don't think that's something that's altogether used too often, right? How often are we compassionate, or we show kindness at times to ourselves or others, right? Sometimes we don't do that. Sometimes we don't. Hi, Shatirka. Hi, Cindy G. How are you? Thank you for catching on up, and thank you everybody for showing on up. I appreciate it. How often do we show compassion to each other, or we show compassion and understanding to ourselves? The next C in 5 keys to mental health is compassion, right? Compassion involves being kind and understanding towards ourselves and other. Self-compassion is particularly and is critical for mental health. Sometimes we are so hard on ourselves, right? We're so hard on ourselves, and we can beat ourselves up for the silliest things, right? It means recognizing our own suffering, treating others with kindness, and avoiding self-criticism, right? We're sometimes so critical of just ourselves. Let's not even talk about other people. The old saying that, Elvis sang that song, until you walk a mile in somebody's shoes. We don't know. I don't know what you've gone through because I haven't walked in your shoes yet. But maybe some of the shoes I've walked in can help you going through whatever you're going through. Right? Practicing compassion can do these things. Reduces stress, anxiety, and depression. I can tell you the past couple of days it's been very difficult just going through some things in my life and dealing with some things and thinking of my aunt. It's been very difficult, but I'm going to get through them. And more importantly, we're going to get through them together. I think, I just put up 2 new emojis. One is, of course, because it's St. Patrick's Day this month. And so we've got that one. And then the other one is we talked about The Keeper. If you all haven't seen that live, you need to go back and watch it. We did the review of The Keeper, which was an amazing movie. And I found this little teddy bear. I told you I was going to make an emoji. I found this little teddy bear, and he's got a trail pack on. And in the little thing, I put, "No one walks this trail alone." And so we have a keeper emoji for one of our members' emojis, but I was able to do that. So, because it's true, nobody walks this trail alone. Compassion towards others fosters empathy. Here's something to understand, and it strengthens social bonds. When somebody has gone through something similar you have gone through, when somebody says in the chat, "I'm raising an autistic child," there's a certain level of compassion I have because I've walked that path. I'm not raising her, but I still have a very big heart for those with autism. If somebody came in my chat and said, "I have a parent figure that's dealing with dementia," I'm going to be all over that. Why? Because I've had a father with dementia. I know what that road is like. So it does. And here's the thing, even if you haven't walked that road yet, if you haven't walked that road, then guess what? You still can be compassionate. You can still take that umbrella when it's raining on their lives and go ahead and put it over their head and say, "I've never walked that. But you know what? I've got the umbrella. I'm here to, shield you from the storm. Let it rain. I'm here." Nancy Smith says, My mom had Alzheimer's, and my dad has dementia, and my heart goes out to her because I know what that's like. I've walked that. I know what it's like. It's terrible. It's so sad to sit there and watch your parent that just, have to go through that. I wouldn't want that for anybody. But we can be compassionate. There's when somebody puts that in the chat, or somebody's been through a divorce, or they've been through an abusive marriage or anything like that, my heart just automatically goes because I've walked it. I've known it. I've lived it. Practicing self-compassion by acknowledging your feelings and giving yourself the grace during tough times. How often do we beat ourselves up? I sat there on Monday thinking I got to do devotions. And Monday's devotions on broken relationships. And my mother and I tried. I finally gave up going, this is just not happening. And I'm probably going to record that one, literally read it, put it up, and say, I can't even discuss this. Because we have a family member that's, going through that with us right now. It's really close to home. And I thought yesterday I need to do, the daily devotions. It didn't happen because I was too tired. They didn't happen today. They'll happen tomorrow and they'll happen Friday, but they're not happening, today and tomorrow. I was too tired. I had to give myself some grace. They passed away in 2022, a little over a day apart, but now I know where they are in heaven. I agree, but it's still hard. When you lose a parent, I don't think you never get over it. It's a whole different loss when you do that, when you have to lose a parent, right? And here's another thing. Not only do we need to give ourselves grace during tough times, but we also need to celebrate our achievements. As goofy as this little floppy trophy looks, right? I keep it because we can raise it as silly and goofy as it is. Even if you say, you know what, today I did this. I made my bed. I wrote in it my journal. I connected with somebody I haven't connected to for a while on the phone. If you've got something that we can raise this for, let's raise it. Let's celebrate it. It could be the smallest little achievement. Expending compassion to others by showing empathy and offering help and being understanding of their struggles. Compassionate behavior can create a more supportive, nurturing environment for everyone. Not just you, but everyone. So that's number 2. And if anybody wants to take a little bit of a screenshot of any of these slides. Hi, Lisa. Yeah. Thank you. Well, you know what? YouTube allows us as content creators to give out 5 free memberships a month. And you were one of them that picked them up. And we do that on the 2nd and we do that on the 4th fourth week of the month. I'll get it out, right? I got to compassion. I always forget myself. Absolutely always forget ourselves last. Ourself is last always. If anybody wants to take a screenshot of these and print them out and just have the word C for compassion and put them all over and say, are we not only extending this to ourselves today, but are we extending this to somebody else, right? Number 3 is coping, right? Coping refers to strategies and skills we use to manage stress and navigate our life's challenges. I'm not making this up. Really, when I put in topics, this one came up and I said, oh, this is a good one. And then I researched it and I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I need to remember these 5 C's. These are for everybody for sure, right? So if coping refers to the fact that we need to figure out ways to cope with stress, I've decided tonight, probably for the next couple of days, I need to take a little bit of a breather. I need to crochet. I need to do something. I just need to take a little bit of I'm still getting over a sinus infection, right? So I need to take a couple days and just breathe and make sure that I'm good. And another thing that coping with was removing our channel from any modding responsibilities because it's just the wise thing to do at this time. There's too much going on. There's growth happening within the channel. Guys, we're only like 11 away from 1,500. It's just amazing to me. And so, people don't realize when you mod for a channel, you can be in there for maybe an hour or 2 hours. I mean, just look at this one. We're here for a half an hour, right? And so if you're modding for a channel and you're in there for 2 hours, it's 2 hours being taken away from being able to give you guys content that, we want to be able to giving you content like we're doing tonight. Making sure that things are pre-recorded for you, maybe going out and getting some field trips done and all that kind of stuff. And so it doesn't mean that, with any of them, there's any hard feelings or anything like that. Friendships have been made and blossomed through all of those and they're grateful and will We'll stop in and say hi. We're not going to stop connecting. We're going to continue to connect. But removing that off of us is a good thing, because then it frees, especially me up to just go in and really just chit chat with people and build those relationships and have that and have everybody come in. It's the healthy thing to do. So for our coping thing, we had to kind of make the decision to say, this is what we need to do for the benefit of us as well as the benefit of this channel. So affecting coping mechanism are essential for maintaining mental health and resilience. Good coping strategy helps reduce negative impact on stress and improve problem solving skills and enhance emotional regularity. Do you not notice a theme running through all these? I sure do. Stress is on every solitary one of them. Have you heard that yet? All solitary one of these: connection, compassion, coping. Every solitary one of those, every solitary one of them is mentioning stress. How many people see that? Put a 1 in the chat if they're not seeing that, because I'm seeing that. And I just glanced over this a little bit. I didn't really go in a deep dive, but I'm sitting there going, my Lord, stress. Well, this girl avoids stress like the plague, because what it does to a body underneath fibromyalgia is it says, okay, bring the stress on and let's hype up the pain. I know when my body's under stress, when I wake up in the morning, and I'm not joking, guys, when I woke up this morning and just the thought of losing my aunt, that has been really weighing on me. That, I think, is the biggest weigher right now in my life. All this, all the frivolous stuff is frivolous. But the biggest weigher on my life right now is that call could come in at 6:00 at night. It could come in at 3:00 in the afternoon. It could come at 3 a.m. I don't know when it's going to come through. Just the thought that I have to prepare myself for that phone call is enough of a stress to when I woke up this morning, I'm like, I don't even think I can get out of bed. And I got out of bed and I'm like, I was crying on the way through to the kitchen. I was just in so much pain. And that's not normal for me. And if I have to go back to what it is, it's going back to realizing you're grieving over the loss of your aunt. And it's only going to increase when it actually happens. That's really weighing on me right now, tremendously. Josh has been sick, not feeling well, of course, and getting over a sinus infection. Had a fever last week with the whole thing and so forth. My body's saying, wait a minute, you've taken way too much on. You got to scale it back. You got to scale it back. And this channel, the connection for me, is too important. It really is. Hiding in a corner is not going to do me any bit of good. It's only going to make everything worse, right? They enable us to face challenges without constructive mindset and maintain a sense of control. Developing a healthy coping strategy such as practicing mindfulness, engaging in physical activity, seeking social support, avoiding negative coping mechanisms like substance abuse, withdrawing. I can tell you, Josh went to the store. You know what my coping mechanism almost did today? And I'm like, wait, whoa. You're overwhelmed. You're too much. I almost said to him, can you pick up some mint chocolate chip ice cream? No, you're not picking that up. That's a red flag. I've taken too much on and I need to scale it back. I have to scale it back just a little bit without jeopardizing what we have built in the community I am so proud of on this channel. When I'm going to say to my husband, pick me up a gallon of mint chocolate chip ice cream, I'm using that so I don't have to feel anything. Right? Thank you, Cindy G. I appreciate it. And I'm proud of myself too. But that meant that I had to pull back. Something has to give. And the only thing that I felt that I could do to just kind of take some pressure off was just to do what was best. It's fine, Cindy G. Love you, girl. Was to just say, I need to remove myself from that. I need to remove that channel from that. Let's just remove ourselves, come in, connect with other channels, connect and remove that. And focus on what we've built. We're so close to 1,500 people. Right? That needs to be our focus. And yet still maintaining the friendships that we have built with all of the connection over YouTube. At the end of the day, we have the channels that have had communities that we've come into. There are friends that we found in those. They're important to this girl. They're friends. They're people. Some of them I've personally gotten to know. And I'm so thankful for that. I am so thankful for that. And we need to maintain those. Avoid negative coping, or we did that already, sorry. Journaling, deep breathing, exercise, engaging in hobbies. I need to do more crochet. Hi, Juan. I got your email. I've just had a lot of stuff swimming on in my head. But we did put a keeper emoji up. You'll see it's a little teddy bear. He's really cute, though. Little teddy bear, and he has a backpack on. At least I hope it's in there. I thought I uploaded it. But he's a little backpack, and it says, nobody walks the trail alone. I'm very proud of that one, actually. That one will stay as one of the emojis for the members. It's really, really cute. Journaling, taking deep breath. We did all that. Hobbies can help you with stress. Hi, Woofy. Welcome on in. Thank you for showing on up. I appreciate it. Right? I'm realizing that what is happening, one of the things that it clued into me today too is I've kind of not been able to do my crochet a lot. And I'm like, no, that's something that really feeds my soul. Anybody put ones in the chat if they remember. Singing helps me when I'm stressed. I did get the email about that. Put one in the chat if they remember chips. It'll tell you how old I am. Tell you my age, right? I'll tell you my age. But I have started watching Chips again. When I was watching it, I was younger, way younger in my teens. I was like Punch. That was my favorite. That was, Nancy, you didn't remember Chips? Gotta watch it. But my husband and I have been sitting out in the living room, been watching it, and I've had a blanket that legitimately, it's on Prime that I need to finish for somebody that's waiting for it. So, and I have until the end of the month, and I'm like, I really haven't been doing much crochet lately, and that doesn't do my soul well. That feeds my soul, and I love singing and cleaning and baking. I don't have a singing voice, but singing helps. Hi, Cosmic. How are you, hon? Thank you for stopping on in. I appreciate it. I appreciate you showing on up. So it can be an effective way to cope. So I realized I really need to crochet. In a day, I need to do at least 1 or 2 hours of crocheting. And when I don't crochet, that it makes this girl not a happy girl. And so I need to crochet. And it makes me happy when I crochet. And so I need to do it. And I need to make sure that that's in my schedule somehow. And if my schedule just needs to open it up, and that's what I need to do, because it does help me. It helps me mentally in so many ways. It's important to find what works for you and incorporate these strategies in your daily routine. I grabbed a hairbrush for your microphone. No, but I can change colors. It can change colors. It can do. It's one I found from the very beginning, but we can have that. It can change colors. But I've always kept it purple because that's what our color is purple, but change colors. But I've always kept it purple, but so the other C for the fourth one is community. Feeling a part of a group or a community. That's the fourth mental C. Hi, Alfonso. How you doing on the fourth one? Okay, that's the fourth one. Community involves being part of a large social network that provides support and purpose and a sense of belonging. I hope when you guys come in here, honest to goodness gracious, you feel as if you have our cuddles are one of the C's. Like that. Our cuddles are one of the C's. I love that. Mocha was actually by my side a lot over the past couple of days, just on the couch as I've been trying to crochet and watch Chips. So see, I threw in an extra C. If you haven't watched the series Chips, y'all got to go watch it. Hi, Incarnasoul, how you doing? It's okay. You showed up exactly when you were supposed to. So engaging, or sorry guys, sense of belonging. I hope when you all are here, you feel like there's a sense of belonging. I hope when you're here in this community, you feel as if you are helping each other and helping this girl. When I get off of a live with you all, I feel a little better. I can tell you that my pain level is sitting about an 8. Which is, my pain level usually sits about a 2 or 3, but it's about an 8 right now. And when I get off of here, it'll be about a 7. You all help me feel better. I'm smiling. I'm happy a little bit. I'm still kind of dealing with some stuff, but you make me feel better. And I thank you, Cosmic. That means the world. We're here to help that. To be a part of something in this world we call life. Guys, this world is messy enough as it is. This world has stuff. You go out someplace, and how many people go in the store, in the grocery store, and people are just standing behind you, and you're irritated. They're irritated because the line is blocked, and somebody's here, and they can't get through. And I know that I have to. A lot of times I'll have to be in like a scooter because I just can't walk all that. It just kills my back sometimes. It depends on my day. And people say, I'm sorry. And I said, no problem. I'm in no hurry. I will sit here and wait for as long as you need to do to get to whatever it is. I'm in no hurry. So it's 6 seats. I love that. Oh, sorry. How often do we just go in the grocery store and we bump something the wrong way, or we say something the wrong way, or this happens? This world is crazy enough as it is. We don't need all that. Bringing an active member of the community can be significant impact in mental health by offering opportunities for social interaction. This is what this is doing. It is bringing you guys together turning on the lighthouse, doing what we set out to do with this. Get it, guys? Sorry. Wait, hold on. Doing what we need to do when we are trying to do this mission statement. And our mission statement is, let us crochet connection as we create a beautiful tapestry woven from threads of love and support. No crochet hook required. That's our mission statement. We're going to make a tremendous tapestry. And it all filters around love and support. I had a person want to fight as I smiled at them last week on the street. Some people, but they are far apart, at least. Oh, smiling can get you in trouble these days. I'm telling you, volunteering for a great cause is another way for coping. Absolutely. That is an amazing way to be able to do it. But some people can't, some people can't. Physically, they just can't do it. So we need to make sure that there's a lot of ways to have people come and help, right? By being able to cope. If you're able to volunteer, great. If you're not, because of certain, your health or your physical limitations, then we have to make sure that we're doing something, right? That's why our logo, which may change soon, by the way, it's going to be the same, but it just may be upgraded a little bit. You see this? It's why the light is shining and that logo comes on. There's a reason for it. A strong community can provide emotional support, reducing feelings of isolation, promoting an overall well-being. It can offer a sense of purpose through shared goals and collective efforts. If we didn't have the mission statement, we have a collective effort. We're crocheting connection for the purpose of love and support. We have a collective effort, right? Engaging with local communities by participating in events, like Juan said, volunteering or join groups of share your interest. Contributing to your community can enhance the sense of purpose and belonging. Now, here's something that it also puts in. That's why I chose this article. Online communities can provide support and connection, especially for those with specific interest or needs. Remember that giving back to your community can be just as rewarding as receiving support from it. It's a two-way street, right? You guys come in, you help each other. You guys come in, you help me. I help you. It's all coming together for one collective effort. You're yes, true. Do what works best for you. Absolutely. I believe that's true, Woofy says, and Cosmic. And if not, at least we are. Absolutely. Tuesday, I got to go play at a senior memory care, and I got called back. Alfonso, I am so happy for you. I am so happy for you. It makes my heart happy because that's something I've said I know you would love to be able to do. And I'm so glad that you're doing that because you have an amazing talent and gift. Okay, the last one. Care. Take care of yourself and others. How often have we sat there with the bag? Remember when you go on an airplane and you lose cabin pressure? What do they say to do? Put the mask on yourself first. Good, Cindy G. You better still smile. Put the mask on yourself first. I can tell you as a parent, that seems, and I know Alfonso, you probably may not see that, but I'm holding up Floppy for you. I'm holding up Floppy for you, right? How often, as a mother, I can say that thought of not wanting to go and put the mask on my child first is like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe you'd say that. Put it on yourself first and then put it on other people. Help them get it on. right? I've been putting the mask on other people and I haven't put it on myself first. And that's what I kind of had to decide over the past couple of days. I need to put the mask on myself first. My mom and I need to take care of this channel we built. You guys are one of our first priorities in our community. Let's back away from doing any modding roles. Let's focus on this and our community that we've built. Make sure that I am having crochet happen on a daily basis. I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking care of me and making sure that I'm able to come on and turn that lighthouse on more for you all so we can have these. Hopefully this is helpful to everybody tonight. But I want to get back to doing more of these. And so that's what's important, right? So caring encompasses taking proactive steps to maintain and improve mental health. These include self-care practices, seeking professional help. I didn't want to have my therapy session today. I made myself have my therapy session today. It was necessary. I don't think I've unpacked all of what's going on in my head right now, but I started to. And Josh's session, we do it by phone. Josh's session is usually first. He spent about 15, 20 minutes on his session, and then he said, here's my wife. She can have the rest of my time. She needs it today. And that's exactly what I did. And she just let me just talk, because she says, you have a lot going on. You're dealing with a chronic illness. You're dealing with the passing of your aunt. You're dealing with the other family member that just is not talking to you. And all of that hurts, is just hard for my heart. It really is. And not knowing when that phone call is just going to come out of nowhere is hard. Hard to mask yourself first. I'm glad you realize when you're lacking looking after you. Love seeing you in the chats. I love seeing myself too in the chats. I'm never going to stop chatting. I need it. This girl needs it. This includes self-care practices. We did that. Seeking professional help and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Prioritizing self-care. Professional care can lead to improving mental health, reducing symptoms of mental illness, enhance overall well-being. It empowers individuals to take charge of their mental health and seek help when necessary. Engaging in regular and self-care activities such as exercise, healthy eating, appetite, sleeping, and relaxation techniques. All of those are important. And I don't think I have his channel in it, but I will. I will put his thing in and give my mods that. There's a gentleman that I listen to almost every night. He has a wonderful channel. And his name is Stephen Dalton. He has an Irish accent. And he has a bunch of sleep stories on his channel. And it is the most relaxing thing. And I found him by sheer accident. And I remember finding him one time and thinking to myself, oh my goodness, I couldn't wake up. He was so soothing. I was sitting there and I was listening to somebody else and it rolled into him. And I'm like, I can't even wake myself up enough to do it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't even, I think I slept for another half an hour until I could finally wake myself up. But he starts off with all these wonderful techniques, all these relaxation techniques in this Irish accent. And then he goes into a whole story. And while oftentimes, I don't know about you, but oftentimes when I go to sleep, my brain's going like this, especially us women. It's just going like this. And I have to do something to go, stop the talk, stop the chatter in my brain. Stop it, stop it, stop it, because this is not helping you. Stop it all. Stop the chatter. Let's do it. And he really helps, right? He really helps me just kind of stop it all, right? Stop it all and allow it to just kind of, let myself relax. Go through the relaxation techniques and listen to his stories that he has. I love them. I listen to one every night now. Because otherwise I'm sitting there going, or I'll be like this. How many? I'm all in this, and I have to literally put the phone down and just let somebody talk me through, get the brain calmed down and everything. And it really, really helps. Cindy G, thank you for putting that in. I'm not going to put it up just because that word can sometimes well, have a good night, Wolfie. I hope you come back. Thank you so much for stopping on in. I appreciate it. But just because the word can, I'm sure you understand. YouTube can be YouTubing sometimes. All right. Paris taking charge. Okay. Sleep, relaxation techniques. If you're struggling with mental illness, do not hesitate to seek professional help with a therapist, a counselor, or a psychiatrist. Regular checkups with healthcare providers and staying informed about mental health resources can be beneficial. Self-care is not one size fits all. I love that. Self-care is not one size fits all. What self-care for me is not self-care for somebody else. This is not a one size fits all. It's not. And I love that. Yes, sweet dreams, Wolfie. I agree, Cindy G. I love that. It's not one size fits all, right? It's about finding what works best for you and making it a part of your routine, no matter what. The 5 C's to mental health, right? Connection, compassion, coping, community, and care. And I really looked at this over the past couple of days and I thought, am I doing all these for me? Am I doing these for me? Right? And I had to go back saying, no, I'm not. Oh, that's why your pain level's up. You're not taking care of the 5 C's for yourself. And what do we need to do to, make sure we're hitting all of those? And that was, that was one of the things I looked at. Providing a comprehensive framework for fostering mental well-being by nurturing those elements in our daily lives. We can build resilience, reduce stress, and enhance overall quality of life. Mental health is an ongoing journey. Nobody walks this trail alone like the Keeper did in the movie that we did. And if you all haven't seen that yet, go watch it. Go watch that live. Listen to George's story. Nobody walks this trail alone. Mental health is an ongoing journey, incorporating those principles that can help us navigate more efficiently. Remember, it's okay, first of all, to not be okay. It's okay to go seek help and say, I need help processing through this. This channel is not somebody that's sitting here with a degree in psychological, in any kind of mental, psychological anything. This is just a girl who's been through a lot of stuff in her life. From raising an autistic child to going through an abusive marriage, going through a divorce, having a parent with dementia, dealing with a food addiction, all of those things. And I'm looking up articles that we can talk about. Yeah. See, even Juan said he watched that movie. It was the whole way through. And Juan, if you saw, I put the little little teddy bear with the little backpack is one of the emojis because I thought we gotta have a keeper emoji, right? You know, I'm no anything, but we're just taking an article, right? And we're going through it together. Hi Hedge, we're going through it together. We're going through and saying, reduce stress has been in each one of these things. There's a common denominator here. Remember or realizing that it's okay to seek help and support along the way as you take care of your mental health. It's a vital part of living a balanced life. I think these 5 C's I've never heard of them until I started looking and thinking, oh my goodness, this is awesome. 5 C's. First of all, you have to put the mask on yourself and say, am I doing any of them for me? Am I connecting for me? Am I giving compassion to myself? Am I having good coping mechanisms and skills for me? Am I having some kind of community or several different communities? Am I caring for myself? Once you put the mask on, then you can take care of everybody else. You can't take everybody else if you go, can I have more oxygen, please? And I know to some people, it may look like, well, Blessed to Crochet removed herself from modding because there was issues. There wasn't. We removed ourselves from modding because it was just too much. We want to focus here with you guys. We want to focus on, and I really think, and it's up to, it's up to the whoever the channel is. But I think when you get to a certain number of people, it comes harder to do it because you're focused on taking care of your community, right? You guys are my community. You're my mom's community. I know she's not on the face of this. It's not her jam. she's in the back office, and I've had her try to do it for a while, and I said, Mom, she's so much better. She does proofreading beautifully. Take the descriptions and help me with them. And we still may change the descriptions of videos and so forth, but help me do them. And we're going through and going back to old thumbnails and changing them up, and she's helping me with that. She's happy to do a lot of the back office stuff. And you know what? She actually said to me today, she goes, you know what? She worked in a church office for probably at least over 25 years. She said, I've missed that. And she said, I'm actually enjoying this. I'm actually enjoying on the computer and working in there, and I'm doing it. And she said, I'm really enjoying this. It makes me feel like I did when I would be working, in the office at the church. And so, well, and have a good rest. Go listen to Stephen Dalton, Cindy G. Thank you for coming on in. I appreciate it. Right? I'm sitting there. She said to me today, she goes, I'm really thankful. She goes, she said, I'm actually enjoying doing this and being a part of, participating in that a little bit. And it made her heart really happy. And I'm like, good, Mom, I'm glad. So she's doing something that she's really kind of enjoying. She's enjoying going back there and fooling around with certain things and so forth. And I was like, that really made my heart really happy for her. So she's doing something that's happy. For me, it's in front of the camera with you guys. I hope I do a good job. I certainly try, right? And I'm enjoying that tremendously. And That's what makes my heart happy. And so what are you doing for yourself? How are you taking care of you? It's really important that we take care of each other and we take care of ourselves. It's really, really important. It's not even just important, it's necessary. Because if we're not doing that for ourselves, then what are we doing? All my friends make me happy. I love that. I love that. I absolutely love that because that's the truth. They do. They make me smile. I know that. They make me smile. They make my heart happy. And I'm thankful for it. But we have to make sure that we're looking at what the end goal is. Right? The end goal is to make sure no matter what you're doing, you're taking care of your mental health. And you're doing it well. And whatever that needs to happen, needs to happen. And we have to be here for each other. Absolutely, no matter what. If we're not here for each other, then there's a lot of people that I love your new name change, Cosmic. I do. If we're not here for the people that need us, I started this channel for one purpose. Thanks, Nancy. I appreciate it because I think we were 10 away. At one point, I think we're 11 away from 1,500, right? And we'll get there. If we don't realize that there's a segment of people that for one reason or another need this kind of community as part of their community, we started this channel for one purpose. And the purpose was so that we were going to make sure that if there was somebody, didn't matter what they were going through, that they were never going to sit on that couch without somebody beside them as a friend, even if it was just me talking. See, I have the gift of gab, and I need to use it. Hi, Ian. How are you? I need to use it. I have to use it. I want to use it. It makes me smile. Whatever, if any kind of revenue comes in from a stream, it goes to Mama. And it's never expected, it's appreciated. I'm not doing this for this. I'm doing it because you all matter. You all help me through my day. I'm either sitting at a 2 or 3 or I'm sitting at a 6 or 7. And I struggle mentally. I do. I have my really good days and I have my really rough days. It is what it is. But we're going to get through it together. Love that, Cosmic. I love you all and you bless me. Well, you guys bless me. You guys help me through whatever I'm going through. Thank you, Helena. I appreciate that, sweetheart. And she will. She does. you know, it helps her. I told her from day one, you just take whatever comes, Mom, use whatever you need to use it for. And that's it. I don't know. I never know. I just say, I never see it. Just do it. Just goes right to her. And if it helps her have a couple little extra things, my mom, just so you all know, my mom took care of my dad for 7 years, 7 really long years. The one thing that was hard for my mom was, my dad got dementia in 2012. He worked his tail end off, and he would have been very happy to work at Publix. I'm not joking. At Publix as a bagger, because he'd have loved talking to people. I'm his daughter through and through when it comes to that. And he got dementia. And one of the things that I was saddest for my mom and dad is they had both worked so hard that they never really could go on a cruise together like a retired couple and go spend a week on a cruise or go on a trip together for a week and just enjoy each other. They had worked so hard their entire life. I remember one year, the only thing that my mother could afford to get me, and I'm not making anybody feel sad or anything like that, but it's just the truth. My mom, my mom couldn't, or she said to me, she goes, you need a pair of shorts for school. And so that was the only thing that I could, we had the funds for. My grandparents helped. Thank God for them. They did help. Right? They did. And I was very thankful. But my mom worked hard. She worked a paper job. She worked for my grandparents so she could help them. And my dad worked hard. I mean, he worked, 10, 11 hours sometimes, long out in the Florida sun as a pest control guy. He used to say, there's no good bug unless it's a dead bug. That was his response to that. And he did, and he took in myself and he took in my daughter happily, and he worked. And then when everything happened with my ex-husband and so forth, he took over, he helped with all that. He helped to raise my daughter, and my mom did too, and helped to provide for her and some of her needs. I was a single mother, but I had a lot of support. And I just remember thinking to myself, I was sad because they never got to go on like a trip together and enjoy their retirement. And then my dad didn't get to enjoy his retirement because he had dementia and he was struggling. And then my mom was working and taking care of her mom, and I was doing the best I could to help. And then, I think the closest trip that my mother got was when we moved from Florida to Cincinnati and actually came to Cincinnati. I think that was probably the biggest trip they went on when we moved, because we spent 2 weeks coming up to Cincinnati. But I just remember saying, that's not something they got to do together. And so, if she gets a little something here and there to do whatever she wants to do with it, go for it, Mom. Need a new pair of shoes and you don't have the funds here? Go ahead. Do whatever you need to do. Makes my heart happy, but you guys make my heart happy. You're part of my 5 C's. You give me connection. You help me with coping. You help me with community. You help me with caring and reminding Mary, go care for yourself. What was the other one? You guys got to help me because I'm tired. Care, Compassion. You help me by giving me compassion and just saying, hey, we're here for you. And reminding me that I need to give myself compassion. When I was sick and I'm like, man, I got to do this. I've got to record this. And y'all, don't worry about it. Do what you need to do to care for yourself. Get well. We want you well. We don't want you sick. You guys all help with that. And there's just amazing to me. You guys are amazing. You're helping each other. That's why we have to make sure that, and that's kind of why I did what I did at the very beginning, was because I really wanted to make sure, we all know the telephone, right? Telephone game starts, and then before you know it, I wanted to make sure that just everybody, there was no gossip train going. I also wanted to make sure everybody knew, right? That, what the rules were. Everybody is welcome in, but let's just not do this. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Let's be respectful of everybody, because it's our job here, and it's my mod's job to make sure that you guys come in here and feel like this is a safe place. Because if it doesn't become a safe place, y'all don't want to be here. And that's to me, a big responsibility, and take it on gladly. Because you're my people. Hi, Meredith. How are you? I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. And I'm going to go back into chats and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot going on. My aunt, we saw her a week ago, and she is I think it was a week. I think it was a week, or it's like a week and a half ago. She's very thin. I mean, the picture you all saw of my aunt on the horse that's on our channel and stuff, like the happy birthday video and everything. She's, you can, when we saw her on just a trigger warning, when we saw her on FaceTime, you can literally see, she's just so thin. It was so hard to see. And so we're really kind of just waiting for the phone call. Whenever that comes through. And, I do deal with a chronic, like I said, I deal with a chronic illness, and, fibromyalgia it sucks. There's no other way to put it. It just sucks. And so when stress happens in a fibromyalgia body, you need to reduce stress wherever you can. And that's one place that I could do it, so that I can be here for you guys. I can help. These 5 C's, I think, are going to be part of our mantra. I think that they're so important to make sure that we need to remind each other that, guess what? We're not only doing this for ourselves, we need to make sure that we're doing it for each other, and that we're providing that, we just need to remind everybody. Connection. Are you finding ways to connect here on the YouTube streets and off the YouTube streets, off of social media? Where are you finding those connections, right? Compassion. Are we showing compassion for everybody? Are we meeting them where they are? Are we understanding? Here's the thing we need to realize, and I'm just going to say it like it is. And if you're sitting and going, boy, Mary's got a little spark tonight. My great-grandmother Lizzie had a little spark. And tonight, I feel like she's right here with me. Lizzie she was Scottish. She just kind of told it like it was, right? Sometimes we have to realize that when we start judging someone else for the way we think they should do something, right? Well, you should do it this way, and you should wear this, and you should do it this way, and you should do. You know what? No. You haven't walked in their shoes to be able to know whether you can say that or not. If you haven't walked down the path of raising an autistic child, I love you, but you got to walk down that path. And I wouldn't even criticize another autistic mother for their choices of how they're raising their autistic child, because every child with autism is different. I can have compassion for them, absolutely, and tremendous empathy, I do. But I wouldn't begin to tell them. I could give them advice on what works for me, but oftentimes what works for me is not going to work for another autistic parent. So we need to realize when we're sitting there thinking, oh, well, they should be doing this, and they should be doing this, and they should be doing this, right? We haven't walked in their shoes yet. We're not going to walk in their shoes. We may have similar situations, but we're not going to walk in their shoes. We can't sit here and criticize it. Coping is the next one. That's the third one, is coping. It is so important that we make sure whatever we're doing, we're coping. My coping mechanisms are crochet, you guys, making sure that I'm resting. It's not mint chocolate chip ice cream. As delicious as it is, it is a former coping mechanism, but I better watch. If my stress level's up, if my pain level's up, right? My coping mechanism is to go right to there. Here we go. Here's the jug, or the thing of mint chocolate chip ice cream. And if it's in the freezer, it's calling my name the entire time it's in there, and I know it. It's not going to help me cope with anything. And just so people know, nothing on the YouTube streets has made me want to go there. It has a lot to do with what's going on with my aunt, a lot to do with what's going on with the other family member, a lot to do with the fact that I've been sick for the past week. My husband's been sick for the past week. A lot of all of that stuff has been going on. The fourth one, community. Are you a part of a community that is feeding you? Excuse me. And here's one thing I want to say about a community, right? With all that being said, here's one thing I want to say about it. And this is what our hashtag is, if people ever want to use a hashtag, this is what our hashtag is, right? Here's the thing. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to pull it away for just a second because the other one is care. Here's one thing I'm going to say about community. There may be a point in time when the community that you're in, wherever that may be, has served you well for a season of your life. And for whatever reason, that season's over. Doesn't mean that there has to be anything that happened, but you just need to move on. And I'm not talking about, anything personally. I'm just saying it's something just to think about as you're going in all of the social media and the YouTube and out in the world and everything. You may be in a community that says that served me for the time, and I'm grateful, and I've had some wonderful friendships blossom out of it, but I just need to move over here for a while, or I need to move this way or something like that. I was trying, for instance, there's a place locally. It gets crocheters and knitters together. It was a wonderful community, but it was a very established community here. And it was actually about a half an hour away. It was a very established community. These people had been friends, wonderful ladies. These people had been friends for years. And I tried really hard to fit into this community. I loved it because there was people together and they were sitting and they were talking and they had their crochet hooks going, and I loved it. It never felt right. I tried and I finally said, no, because the community had already been established enough. These were ladies that got together a lot, and not that they weren't welcoming in. They were very welcoming in. They were lovely ladies. But it just didn't feel like I was connecting in there. So I did go for a while, and it served me well. I learned a lot with those ladies in the community and the little bit of help here and there with the crochet. And then I just said, this isn't serving me well anymore. And I just quietly went away. I quietly left. It served me for the time that I was in it, but it wasn't serving me anymore. It was also about a 45-minute drive, and I don't drive. So because I don't drive, it meant my husband had to go, and that's because of my pain level at times and medications and so forth. I don't. So it meant that he had to go to the with me and sit outside for 3 hours. Mr. Blessed to Crochet, it can be amazing, can he, right? 3 hours outside, and I loved him, but it made it difficult to do. So, we had to kind of, do the thing, so forth and so on. So you have to realize that's not and realize when maybe a friendship, you've had that friendship for the season of your life, and maybe for one reason or other, you all have lost connection or what have you, or just different stages. I have a sister-in-law, two sister-in-laws. I love them. They're childbearing and raising seasons of their life. We love each other and we talk, but I'm more in where my mother-in-law is, because my husband was like years apart in the so forth, right? And so I'm more of where his mother is, which is in the grandchildren stage. One day, I'm looking forward to the grandchildren stage. I am looking forward to it. Believe me, it's not there yet, but one of these days it will be. And I will look tremendously forward to it. Hold on a minute, guys. And so that's just something to think about. Realize what stage of life you're in. And the last one is care. The last one is care. I think it's huge. I think those 5 C's, they were very helpful for me over the past couple of days. And I'm actually going to start ticking them down, right? Tick, 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 tick. I want to tick them down. And am I doing that for myself, and am I making sure other people are doing it? Am I extending that? Am I extending compassion? And am I extending care? Am I extending connection and community and all of those things? If we find little things like this that help us, then that's tremendously helpful. And I also, just so we can put it out there, hold on a second. I will be on, hold on a minute. I will be on a channel on the 6th of April. He's a gentleman that, it's Big Jack Storytime. Really great channel. I have given him a shout out. And if anybody wants a channel shout out for us, they can email us here. We have been lazy in our little channel shout outs, but it's okay. We'll get back on track, I promise. And you can email us here, and we will go ahead and look at your channel and see about giving you a shout out. But just go ahead and give us a drop us your channel, put a shout out on the top, and we will take a look at it and we will let you know. And then that way you can see if that's something that is interesting you. Now, we're going to be on Big Jack Storytime as a guest on April the 6th. So he does a show where he has the person on his channel. He has the person on, and then he goes ahead and he has the guest on, and then he goes ahead and he has the guest on for an hour, and then he has other panel guests on, and they discuss what that guest has discussed. And it's called Iron Sharpening Iron. And he does that on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and we're going to be his guest on the 6th. So I hope you all join me. I will be streaming it on this channel as well. But let's just remember, I hope everybody takes to heart this mission statement. And that is, let's crochet connection as we crochet a beautiful tapestry woven with threads of love and support. No crochet hook required. Now, I think that this is really important because I have spent the past year and a half, and since July or December of 23, working to get to the point to look at this camera, look at you guys. And I've had to fight that back a little bit the past couple of days, but that's okay. I'll get there. To say I am proud of who I am. I am who I am. I am thankful for who I am. I am blessed to be who I am. I may be a little intense for some people, but I got a big heart. And it's because I'm very proud of who I am. Do I need work? Absolutely, 100%. But I'm never going to stop reminding myself every day to be proud of who I am. I'm the only one there is. Everybody else is taken. Why do you think we do quotes on Monday? We want you guys to come in and if you haven't taken a look at our quotes, go look at our quotes. Why are we doing that? There's some really powerful quotes in there to look at. We want you to remember to be proud of being yourself because everyone else is taken. I can't be Sandy Wandy. I can't be Juan. I can't be Cosmic. I can't be any of you. I can only be myself. Thank goodness there's only one of me. This life would be awful boring if we were all the same, wouldn't it? We have to remember how amazing we are. We all need work. We're far from perfect. But we have to be realizing that we have to be proud of being ourselves. And so I'm going to take a moment before we head off. And for those people that are new, that are here, I want to play Scott Thompson's song, So Proud of Being Me. Now understand, he's the person that does our outro. He is a family friend that is blind, that cannot it's not been able to see. He's been blind since birth. He is now um, unable to play. He had an accident about 10 years ago, and he is unable to play. And so he is, but his music, from what little bit we have, we've slowly put it out there, and he's given us the permission to do so because he trusts that we're going to take care of it correctly and right and do it. So I'm going to play this real quick. Christina's calling, and I just need to answer it real quick. And listen to the song. This road does not need to be dark and lonely. We're here for you all. So listen to this. Shout it to the rooftop, guys.
I know that to you, it looks like I'm down and out. And to you I might seem the picture of fear and doubt. Take another good look, for there's something that you just don't see. That I'm so proud of being me. I know that I've left some beautiful things behind, but I look round the bend and who knows what I might find. What's the difference as long as the spirit inside me is free? And I'm so proud of being me. Does that put an end to those questions you have, and all those well-meaning suggestions you have? For I've got to find my own special dream, for the Lord made me that way. The road may be dark and lonely as I go along, but there'll always be that feeling of hope in my song. I don't care what they say, for I'll make out okay. Wait and see, for I'm so proud that my head is on board. I'm not one of the crowd, you see, but I'm so proud of being me. I don't care what they say, for I'll make out okay. Wait and see, for I'm so proud that my head is on board. I'm not one of the crowd, you see, but I'm so proud of being me.
I thought that was really important that you guys hear that you realize that we're really proud that you are so proud of being yourself, and we're proud of being yourself. And Josh did something for you all today. He wanted to thank Ian, Matrix, Laura, Lindy G, and Maggie's Crafty Corner received memberships. He wanted to make sure you guys realize how much we appreciate you, how much he appreciates you doing the 5 C's for his wife, how much this channel has really changed my life, and nothing else but the connection. And he wanted to do that on behalf of you guys. So I was on the phone texting real quick. He was like, I want to give memberships. I want to say thank you to your community for what they have done for you, for nothing else but just being there for them. And that was him. And he very much wanted to extend that. So that's why he did. He wanted to say thank you, not only for giving me the connection that I so need to get through my day as a fibromyalgia patient, but just being there. Hey, Jason P., just being there to help my mom. That little bit that comes in that she can do whatever she wants with it. My mom's worked hard her whole life. If she can have a little extra to go do things with, go right ahead, Mama. I'm a blessed girl to have you all. And I'm not crying tears. None of the tears I've ever cried on this channel, they're real. And connection is real. There's people in this chat. There's mods that I have that are friends, brothers and sisters. And I found them through here. And I'm thankful. And I'm grateful. And I love them all. And I'm not hiding. Thank you, Cosmic. I need to hear that sometimes. I'm not hiding in a corner, even though my part of me is like, I just go hide under the sheets. That doesn't solve anything. So we're just going to take a moment and we're going to remember it's never expected. It is appreciated. It's never expected, but we just want to take a moment and thank our members because they do just help support the channel a little bit. And guys, I've removed distraction so that I can focus on you all. But I'm still keeping my friendships, and that's important. So let's boogie for a minute, right? And then we get to see Elvis. That's a good thing, right?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And you know, I had to put that little Elvis with the disco balls on the bottom just for somebody called Jason P., my disco ball brother. So I had to put that so that he could see his disco balls on the bottom. He's a big fan of that, and I really appreciate that. That saying stuck. We're nothing but a broke. I'm gonna forget it now. We're a bunch of broken pieces of glass put together to make a magical ball of light. We ain't broken. We're a disco ball, right? We're a disco ball, guys. We're a bunch of broken pieces. We're a mess. But you know what? You have a disco ball. I love it. But you know what? We're going to make mistakes. We're going to do things. We're going to mess up. We're not perfect by any stretch of the means. But we're here, right? We're here. And we're here for each other. We're doing those 5 C's. We're making sure we're doing it. Because the world out there is really hard. Let's have some places here when the world is really hard, then make sure that we've got each other covered. You've had me covered for dang on sure. And you know what? When that phone call comes, And I think it's going to be sooner than I want, because I think that she's having a harder and harder time to eat. When that phone call comes through that says my aunt's no longer here, y'all are going to be here for me. I have no doubt about it. No doubt. None whatsoever. So again, I thank you. I thank the communities that I'm modded for. I have blessed friends and blessed connections. Those aren't going anywhere. But we pulled back from modding for them so that we could focus on you guys, this channel. I needed to take the mask and put it on myself, right? And part of that was removing that. And so I hope that if anybody's wondering out there in this YouTube world, if we're modding for anybody, the only channels that we have wrenches for are ones that allow you to have a wrench when you come in so you can connect with people. And other than that, they're removing them, and that's fine. We'll still come in places and chit chat and say hi. We're not going anywhere. You can't get rid of this girl. You ain't getting rid of this girl this fast. No way. I ain't going anywhere, because I know where I need to be. I know that being connected with you guys is so important. Now, with that being said, there's a couple of things. Like I said, we are really working to go through and make the descriptions a lot more condensed. So give us patience with that. There are videos that maybe there are certain channels that you're not a big fan of anymore. That's in our past. There's good stuff in those videos, and that's in the past. And I'm thankful for that, because it brought me all you guys, and all y'all are wonderful. You rock. If you can share this out, share the stream, share the channel, because we're like 11 away from 1,500. That'd be awesome, right? I have a feeling we're going to get to it by St. Patty's Day. That's Scott's birthday. Scott was born on St. Patty's Day. So we have a goal to get to 1,500 by Scott's birthday, which is March 17th. St. Patty's Day, I think, is March 17th. Then, not this week, but next week, my mom and I and Christina are going to a women's conference at a church. It is Friday and Saturday. And it's wonderful, but it's exhausting. So you're probably not going to see me much for that weekend. I also have a crochet project that somebody is waiting for, that they want before the end of the month. And it's a blanket. I need to get my focus on that too. So I know the devotions haven't come out. They're there for the people that want to watch them. When we come live, we try to, be as neutral and so forth as possible. But they haven't, we're behind. So we're going to get caught up over the next couple of days. They'll be out. We're going to start getting, have you all seen the new jokes yet? Because the new jokes, we've tried to improve them, hopefully. If you haven't, go back and look at some. You need a laugh, go look at our jokes playlist. I mean, there's some good ones in there. If you need a laugh, go through those and do it. But we were supposed to do a joke today, but it didn't get uploaded. So we're gonna kind of work on that. We're gonna watch some more Chips. If you haven't watched Chips, you're missing out on it, I'm telling you. And I need to focus, on getting this blanket done so that it's done. And so yes, It's much needed. And it's the first year Christina's going to be able to come with us. So we're really excited. It's just very, very draining. You don't think it is, but it's wonderful, but it's tiring. It's draining. It's wonderful. And I need to get well and not be sick. I'm still getting over it. I'm still on antibiotics, which tire me out. So for the next couple of days, I'm going to kind of back off from a lot and just take a breather a little bit. You may catch me on our Sunday ride to church. I don't know what happened. It wasn't last Sunday. It was Sunday before. I don't know what happened with that. I thought I was live and I was on for a minute. I don't know what happened. And then we're going to get back to business. And business is the mission statement. Business is providing what we provided tonight to you all. And I hope it was helpful. But we're going to get back to business. And that's focusing here. It's focusing on topics like tonight, focusing on inspirational stories like the movie The Keeper. I've got several other ones. Sandy Wandy also sent me a couple other ones to look at. And we're going to get back to that and start scheduling lives and building this community and focusing here. And, you know, just so you know, we left any of the channels that this channel has modded for with nothing but respect and gratitude and absolutely on good terms. So I just want everybody to know that. And so if you want to see the statement, it's on our channel. And we're moving forward. And that's all there is to it. And I hope you all respect that. I really do. And I appreciate that because you guys matter a lot. I don't think you realize how much. And it's not lip service. It's the truth. And so give me a couple days to focus on what I need to focus on. Absolutely. Focus on and get some much needed rest, calm my body down, calm my stress, do the 5 C's. So if we start talking about what the 5 C's are, we'll all remember going 5 C's according to Cosmic. We have a 6th C, which is the cuddles, especially with Demokas. She's been doing a great job. And so anyway, we're going to do the 5 C's. And that's what I'm going to be doing, and resting the voice and getting everything caught up and everything done what needs to be done. And I appreciate it. I will say that the devotion that was coming out for Monday is probably going to be very quick. It was my mom and I, like I said, we tried about 3 times to get through that. And it was just, we cried every time. So what I'm going to do when I get off here is I'm going to go see what my daughter needed. And then I'm literally going to read through it. We'll do a little bit of a prayer, and that we're not going to do much discussion on that one. And then tomorrow will be Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Friday will be Thursday and Friday. So we'll be all caught up. And then we'll start getting them all recorded and everything. So I appreciate everybody's understanding. And I appreciate you not only respecting the chat, respecting the people in the chat, respecting my moderators, more importantly, my friends. Let's all come in here and just have a good time and be here to support each other. Crochet that connection so that we can crochet that beautiful tapestry, right? And remember, guys, be proud of being yourself because everyone else is taken. I love each and every one of you. We got you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And we'll see you on the next one. I love you all. I want to know in the comments, are you doing those 5 C's? And if not, which ones do you need to work on? We're going to start being accountable to each other to make sure. 1 stitch at a time. You got it, Cosmic. In the comments below. And, are you doing those 5 C's? We can start saying, you got your 5 C's in today? You're working on them? All right. Love you all. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. Have a great night. Crochet that connection. No crochet hook required. See y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.